The movie Poltergeist is probably one of the scariest Hollywood movies ever made. The movie tells the story of the Freeling family, who start to experience strange goings on in their family home when a poltergeist starts to haunt them and inflict multiple horrors upon them, eventually sucking the youngest daughter Carol Ann, played by Heather O'Rourke, through a portal in her closet, and the family have to figure out how to rescue her from the other side. Before we get into the actual curse, I think it's worth mentioning the following. There's a famous scene in the movie where the mother of the family, played by Jo Beth Williams, is dragged into an unfinished pool in her garden. As she tries to escape the muddy rainwater that has built up in the hole, coffins and skeletons start to rise from the muddy wet ground underneath the water and surround the mother, who is terrified and trying to escape the gruesome dead faces that seem to be screaming at her. And this bit's shocking. It was later revealed that the skeletons were in fact real human remains that were bought at a cheaper price than it would have cost to buy fake ones. Many believe that this is the one reason that the Poltergeist curse started. And the first person to become the victim of the curse was Dominic Dunn, who played Dana, the older sister of the Freeling family. Dominic had broke off a relationship with her abusive boyfriend, who later returned to her home to beg her to take him back. When she refused, he became mad with rage and strangled her. She fell unconscious and then fell into a coma, and sadly later died. Her ex-boyfriend was sentenced to 6 years, but only did 3 of his sentence. And Heather O'Rourke, who played the young daughter Carol Ann in the film franchise, is one person most commonly said to be a victim of the Poltergeist curse. She'd been diagnosed with Crohn's disease, but that later was found out to be a mistake. O'Rourke actually had bowel obstruction that caused septic shock, which was mistaken for the flu, and treatment was not given in time, and tragically she died at the young age of 12 years old. Apparently there were a few other strange occurrences that happened on set and to the cast members, such as a mechanical clown malfunctioning and nearly strangling Oliver Robbins, who played the young boy Robbie in the movie. Jo Beth Williams also reported that when she returned home after a day's work on set, that all her pictures in her home had been tilted on the walls. Will Sampson, who played the Indian in the movie, refused to start work until he had blessed the set. Unfortunately, not long after, he died during an operation. Julian Beck, the actor who played the terrifying vicar in the second movie, looked like he was half dead, and the reason for this was not down to the makeup artist, but because the actor was actually suffering from stomach cancer, and unfortunately died shortly after filming was finished. Another actor named Lou Perryman, who had a small part in the original movie, died in 2009 when randomly a man named Seth Tatum knocked at his door and entered his home. Later the police found Perryman dead, chopped into bits. Seth Tatum had apparently had a psychotic breakdown, and out of all the homes he could have chosen, it was Perryman's door that he knocked on. And finally, author of the story James Caan told on the night that he was finishing the book, a freak lightning bolt hit his property and caused the front cover of the air conditioning unit to fly off and hit him in the back. A minute later all the lights flickered and went out completely, and when they came back on, all of the video games in the room started to play.